Right now, obviously, I'm on the beach, sunrise, it's beautiful. We've got the ocean behind me. The water is warm. I mean, that's heaven. Let's talk about salt water first. The benefits of salt water are absolutely amazing for all of your senses. First and foremost, this salt water is really good for just neutralizing your, I'm gonna say your pH levels. A lot of people may or may not agree with me, but yes, it will. The other thing, your skin, the properties of the seaweed that's in there, so amazing for your skin. There are so many ancient modalities, especially in Japanese cultures, that use sea minerals or sea water for the skin, for cleansing. Let's talk about hydration, electrolyte balance. Seawater is absolutely amazing for that. I know when I travel, I get super dehydrated, and I like to pop a little seawater into my mouth, even during long haul flights. I am so grateful to be in this place where there's impeccable humidity. Yes, a lot of people cannot stand the humidity. They start sweating, whatever, but guess what? That sweat is so good for you because you're sweating out all your toxins along the way. But let's talk about skincare. I am a huge proponent for glowy, dewy skincare. You don't have to wear makeup here. You don't have to wear oils on your body, which I do all the time in drier climates. You have nature's finest emollient right here. The moisturizer that is basically people would pay thousands for in treatments. You got it right here. So take full advantage of it. One of the things I love so much about being in this environment is that I have the ability to jump right out there on the sand, earth myself, ground myself. I did this first and foremost right when I got off that long haul flight because it just resets your body. I have this whole thing about the biorhythms, the circadian rhythms. You know, when you travel to a new destination, you might feel lost on your wake in sleep cycle. So get out there in nature, use what you have, and really dive into that moment where you can say, okay, yes, I have arrived. So reset yourself using the earth because the benefits of that are reduction of inflammation, improvement of sleep quality, which we all love a good night's sleep, just feeling like yourself again. Because we all want to be unapologetically ourselves. I have to admit something though. When I get into a space like this, I slow down a lot. And for someone that is just go, and I am always in the hustle and bustle, I'm moving on to the next thing so quickly, the rush, the chaos of life, which we're all pretty much entangled in, I get into a different environment like this. We're in Maui. I like to take that opportunity to adapt to the culture around me, to adapt to the environment around me. Maybe I'll head out there on the outrigger. Maybe I'll try something new, something challenging I have never done before. Maybe I'll jump into the ocean. But for someone like me that is so go, and I always want to jump into my morning and rush around, go for a trail run and move fast, this is the most beautiful opportunity to move slow. Take your time. Ask the universe, right? Sounds kind of crazy, but what do I need right now to remain calm, to keep the inflammation low, to enjoy this moment that we have? So something I know we can all relate on is high cortisol levels. I feel like every person I talk to is running away from the cortisol monster, which only raises their cortisol levels even more. So travel can be absolutely stressful. I know, I get it, but then you get to your destination and you're like, did I even get on an airplane? Like, what happened? How do we get our cortisol levels lower? My number one tip is getting back into nature. I had this amazing opportunity to sit in the sand, earth myself, look out into the horizon at the ocean upon me, and just listen to the waves crashing on the shore. I know a lot of people don't have this opportunity to do that, but you can create your own activities wherever you are. Wherever that you set, you have to create that sanctuary for yourself. So how do I know that my cortisol levels are going down when they need to go down? Because cortisol is not bad, stress is not bad, but when do we use those tools in our toolbox for good? And when do we really make them go to bed at night? So I notice that when my cortisol levels are high, when I'm rushing around, when I'm distracted by life, when I can't make simple decisions, when I'm irritable, that is a huge red flag. But how do I know that they're going down? I know that they're going down when my inflammation goes down, when my joints don't hurt, when I can think clearly, when I can speak very, very directly, when I have boundaries for myself and around to other people as well. Such a big key point there, boundaries. When you're in a constant state of fight or flight, you're not gonna be healing, right? You're building up more toxins within you. But when you're in that state of rest or digest, when your parasympathetic nervous system coming at you, coming in hot, you'll feel like you're truly living. Let's go back to activity. Movement to me means life, right? When I'm moving the oxygen within my veins, the blood flow is flowing, I'm reducing stagnation, my circulation is moving properly. Like, how did I get here? Sometimes I'm like, how did I get here? And how are some people not interested in moving like I do? One thing I love the most when it comes to exercise or just movement in general, let's not even use the word exercise, is swimming. Swimming takes me to a place of such calmness and peace. It's one of the most simplest form of movement or exercise. All you need is your cap, your goggles, and your swimsuit. It's so easy, it's so accessible. Even just water walking, guys, that connection with water, absolutely amazing. It'll do wonders with you. And there's proven fact that swimmers, their longevity, way off the charts compared to other people and other forms of exercise. It is shown that if you swim, you will live longer. Your heart rate will be more stabilized. And overall, I think just focusing on getting back into that rest and digest state every single day, so we don't have to constantly pop the pills or the stress relief pills, like use what you have in front of you. So we just checked into the hotel. Usually when I get off a long haul flight, I'm a little bit foggy and I'm like, okay, what do we do next? Well, it's really easy. We sanitize the room. I bring my non-toxic wipes and I just do a little light brush over, because even if you check into a 5-star hotel, a 4-star hotel, whatever you check into, always do a double check. Hot tip on the phones, always try to do speakerphone mode. Whenever you're talking into them, don't even put that grime on your face. Disgusting. Talk about instant breakout on your face, especially in a humid environment. I set up the hotel room like my own home, okay? I am synonymously known for rearranging things. In the bathroom, I'm moving around, Kleenex boxes, wherever they set this thing. Whatever is going to make me feel comfortable, you better believe I'm going to rearrange. Now, in regards to asking for things in my room, I am unapologetically going to ask for things in my room to make me comfortable. I am a teaholic through and through. Thanks, Mom. So I always ask for a hot tea kettle. There are so many things you can do with a hot tea kettle. So that is one of my non-negotiables. I also always ask for a yoga mat if possible. Now this time I brought my own yoga mat, but if that's not possible, always ask for the gym to bring a yoga mat in your room so you can stretch upon waking, upon going to sleep, or maybe just after that long haul flight. So the mini fridge. I always check to see if there's a mini fridge in a room. Now, usually that mini fridge comes with being a mini bar, but your girl does not drink alcohol. So I was so thankful that this round, there was no beverages in there. So they must have taken them all out anyways. So I pack all of my snacks. I pack my celery, I pack my farmer's market goods, whether it's carrots, radishes, my whole avocado, a couple of apples that will store really, really nicely. Because when you go to a place and you're not familiar with it, let me tell you, in all honesty, I have so many allergies, so many intolerances, that one of my hot tips for, dining out is just making my own dishes. I know. So be unapologetically yourself. Truly ask for what you need, because that hotel that you're staying in wants to give you the best experience ever. Always have A, your snacks, but then always have B, a plan of what you can prepare through room service. Or if you do dine out with friends, if you travel with friends at a restaurant, see what's on that list on the menu and see what you can piece together. Sides are your friend. Don't be afraid to ask for them to omit things. Simply say you are allergic. So try to keep it as simple as possible, especially when you're traveling, because we want to keep your adventures always happening every single day. And we want to make sure you go to bed feeling like a king or a queen. All right, so let's get ready for bed. The most important thing when you're traveling is to get a good night's sleep. So, in order to get a good night's sleep, you've got to prepare yourself for sleep. I am a big believer that your mornings start at night. So, sleep hygiene is absolutely key to that. When I'm traveling, I have all my tips and tricks and my tools in my toolbox that set me up for a really good night's sleep. And as you saw before, I am a huge proponent to, oh yeah, red light therapy. So this is really calming to reduce inflammation at night, maybe reduce some fine lines and wrinkles. They come in so many different colors. So if you're working on acne, if you're working on pain relief, this one, I just like it for the wrinkle reduction because I'm not getting any younger. The next thing is when I'm reading, guys. When I'm starting to jump into that circadian rhythm or align my biorhythms into a new environment, again, we'll get in a little groovy here. So I put on my red light glasses, which gives an instant amber glow all around the room. So whether it's still light outside and you're trying to transition into maybe a different time zone, this kind of just helps set up the scene for like a soft candlelight essence. And it just tells your brain to relax. The other thing that I love is this amazing facial roller. Let me tell you, tension relief. So it just squeezes all of those like lymph moments, moves lymphatic drainage out. Maybe you have a little puff in your face. Plus, if you keep it a little bit cold, it feels like magic. I'm in a place where there's so much humidity and my sinuses right now are like, So use the acupressure, get into those sinuses, open up those nasal cavities, let the drainage flow, folks. And the other thing I like to do for lymphatic drainage are these little medical grade silicone lymphatic, like, I don't know what they're called, but they're like little squeegee cups. And I will apply the oil on my face before I go to bed. And even when I wake up in the morning to get those sinuses clear, get all the lymphatic drainage moving. I mean, people pay so much money to do facial treatments just to get the same effect. Something that I always pack, I think I learned this from living with roommates, but okay, a sleep eye mask in silk. This will shut you out from the world, whether you're on a plane or whether you're in your hotel room. You need this. Plus the pressure on your eyes is absolutely amazing. Because remember, when we're in the rest and digest state, we can be calm, reduction of inflammation, chronic stress is just going out away from you. The other thing I have for my roommate days is earplugs. I know, I get the gummy ones and it's kind of weird, right? But you can get the gummy ones and really jam these bad boys into your ear. Shut off the world. It's time for bed. No one talk to me. Earplugs are key. We want a good night's rest. And remember, make yourself at home wherever you are. Let's get ready for bed. I need 8.5 hours. Stay tuned to future episodes because I'm going to go into full detail about how to use these tools and more, and you're not going to want to miss out on that. So until next time, good night.